बोल बोल श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय, लक्ष्मी नरसिम्हा स्वामी की जय, राधा गोविंद की जय, तुलसी महारानी की जय, श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। Reading from Prabhupada's Leelamrita. Everyone is sleeping in the darkness of Kali Yuga, but when there is a great Acharya, by his calling only, everyone takes to the study of the Vedas to acquire actual knowledge. Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudhiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 24, Text 37. Eshaha Atmapataha Avyaktaha Esha Atmapato Vyakto Nastaha Kalena Bhuyasa Nastah Kalena Bhuyasa Tam Pravattayatum Deham Tam Pravartayatum Deham Imam Vidhi Maya Brutam Imam Vidhi Maya Brutam Esha Atmapato Vyakto Nastah Kala Bhuyasa Tam Pravattayatum Deham Imam Vidhi Maya Brutam. Kalena Bhuyasa Eshaha, this Atmapataha, path of self-realization, Avyaktaha, difficult to be known, Nastaha, lost, Kalena Bhuyasa, in the course of time, Tam, this Pravattayutum, to introduce again, Deham, body, Imam, this, Vidhi, please know, Maya, by me, Brutam, assume. Translation, purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation, this path of self-realization, which is difficult to understand, has now been lost in the course of time. Please know that I have assumed this body of Kapila to introduce and explain this philosophy to human society again. Please repeat. This path of self-realization, which is difficult to understand, has now been lost in the course of time. Please know that I have assumed this body of Kapila to introduce and explain this philosophy to human society again. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. It is not true that Sankhya philosophy is a new system of philosophy introduced by Kapila, as material philosophers introduce new kinds of mental speculative thought to supersede that of another philosopher. On the material platform, everyone, especially the mental speculator, tries to be more prominent than others. The field of activity of the speculators is the mind. There is no limit to the different ways in which one can agitate the mind. The mind can be unlimitedly agitated, and thus one can put forward an unlimited number of theories. Sankhya philosophy is not like that. It is not mental speculation, it is factual. But at the same time, at the time of Kapila, it was lost. In due course of time, a particular type of knowledge may be lost or may be covered for the time being. That is the nature of this material world. A similar statement was made by the Lord in Bhagavad Gita, Sakalena Mahata Yoganasta Parantapa. In course of time, the yoga system as stated in Bhagavad Gita was lost. It was coming in parampara, in disciplic succession, but due to the passage of time it was lost. The time factor is so pressing that in the course of time everything within this material world is spoiled or lost. The yoga system of Bhagavad Gita was lost before the meeting of Krishna and Arjuna. Therefore, Krishna again enunciated the same ancient yoga system to Arjuna, who could actually understand Bhagavad Gita. Similarly, Kapila also said that the system of Sankhya philosophy was not exactly being introduced by him. It was already current, but in due course of time, it was mysteriously lost, and therefore he appeared to reintroduce it. That is the purpose of the incarnation of Godhead. Yada yada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata. Dharma means the real occupation of the living entity. When there is a discrepancy in the eternal occupation of the living entity, the Lord comes and introduces the real occupation of life. Any so-called religious system that is not in the line of devotional service is called adharma samstapana. When people forget their eternal relationship with God and engage in something other than devotional service, their engagement is called a religion. How can one get out of the miserable condition of material life is stated in Sankhya philosophy, and the Lord himself is explaining this sublime system. Tasansta bhaktivedanta parpoto madhyanatimirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshurunmilitam ena tasmai shri gurave namaha. Nama om Vishnu padaya Krishna preshtaya bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So here Lord Kapila is explaining the reason or the purpose behind his incarnation. Tam pravartayutum deham. I assumed this body to introduce. Pravartayutum means to introduce again. Atmapata avyaktaha. The difficult a subject matter which is difficult to understand and practice, that is Atmapatha, the path of self-realization. And Nastaha Kalena Bhuyasa, it is in the course of time, it is lost. So I assumed this body of Kapila, Imam Viddhimaya Brutam, I have assumed this body, so to introduce that system again. Why the Lord is so keen to introduce this Atmapatha, the path of self-realization? Why it is so difficult to understand, and why Krishna has to take, assume the various bodies of incarnation and trying to establish this path of self-realization? Because in this world, the common mentality of everybody is that I am this body. The common mentality is that I am a product of this world. I belong to this world. This is the common mentality. Innumerable arrangements are made in order to take care of this body, not knowing how to fulfill the higher ambitions in him. Everybody has a higher ambition in him, that he wants to be progressive in his life. Unless somebody is covered by tamoguna, most of the people are ambitious to progress. But because that progress is directed towards material comforts, nobody is happy. One philosopher will come and introduce one philosophy of how you can be happy here on the basis of satisfying this material body. Till now, recently we have seen how this artificial intelligence has created a big buzz in the human society. We have seen how this new technology is projected as something which is going to make your life very comfortable. Now, so much of intelligence is available at your fingertips. All that you need to do is just open that ChatGPT or whatever, and then you ask any question, and boom, you have the best intelligence of this world available at your fingertips. Everybody was made to believe that this will be a boon for the human society. So this is one kind of a theory that has come, but they're worried about, this is the cost of this technology, how it can be made available to entire human society. This is their thinking, this is their anxiety, because this is so important. And it is said that to implement this current system, you require a lot of power. So much power is required. Some statistics are there. And meanwhile, as artificial intelligence started coming into human society, the scientists are looking from only the technology point of view, but they have not seen how the social dynamics will work. So as it was introduced into the human society, immediately we started seeing the digital scams. The huge monies are being extracted from innocent and gullible human beings, because the thieves got hold of this artificial intelligence nicely, and they have created it's called cyber crimes, cyber scams. Telangana alone, there are 700-800 crores of cyber scams. there are various, various ways in which these scamsters try to make money by using these latest technologies. Of course, that's a negative side of it, but there are positives too of the artificial intelligence. Now, suddenly 1 week back, China has released one more version of the artificial intelligence that's called DeepSeek. It is a direct competition to ChatGPT. I mean, we are still struggling to understand what this ChatGPT is, but looks like that itself got a big competitor called DeepSeek.com or .org, whatever. That's what Prabhupada is saying. These mental speculators, they come up with various thoughts and ideas and products, saying that this is now going to make your life very comfortable. And one word Prabhupada uses is that they try to be more prominent than others. ChatGPT became very prominent. Now there is one more called DeepSeek has come. It is even more prominent than the ChatGPT. Continuously, people are thinking in their mind. Mental speculation means what? They say we are very creative in our mind. Creative means what? Simply speculation. This is mental speculation. They combine some 2-3 ideas and come up with a very creative idea. And like that they can create thousands and thousands and thousands of ideas and then say each idea is going to make you progressive. Now, this is the right solution for the problems that we are all facing. And then after some time, 1 week or 10 days or 1 year, you will see one more person comes up and says, no, this is going to be the solution that you are all seeking. The human society is taking one more step towards this advancement, thinking that if I make this step, my life will be successful, my life will be progressive, I can solve so many issues because of this. Bhagavatam compares this phenomena with a washerman and an ass has. So what a washerman does, every day he piles up all the clothes to be washed on the ass. Ass is standing, and he piles up all the clothes, and he sits on top of the cloth heap, and then he holds one stick, and then there is a carrot. The ass is thinking, if I can move one more step, I can enjoy that red carrot. We know this story. So, and when the ass moves, the donkey moves, then immediately you will see the carrot is also moving one more step. The carrot is now hanging and moving and this and that, and it has become a little more unsteady for the ass to really figure out how to. And then it goes on and on and on. It's carrying huge loads. Similarly, the human society is like this ass. You put so much weight on it and put one carrot, ChatGPT, and then you carry all this burden, but you take one step, you are going to get the best thing in your life. This is what. And then when he goes one step, whatever he is trying to get, happiness, progress, everything is seemingly moving one more step. So this is how Maya works. Everybody thinks that if I can take 1 or 2 problems, if I can solve, yes, Atmapatha, Avyaktaha. Prabhu, I have to just resolve only one or two issues, then I can fully concentrate on Atmapatha, this Krishna consciousness. Just one or two issues, that's all. In my family, everything is settled, just a one or two, that's all. Then immediately I can fully focus on Krishna and Krishna. This is how the Maya puts the seed. And as soon as you take one more step towards the so-called solution, the problems will expand into another 2, 3. You are saying two problems, Prabhu. Next week when you meet, you will say, just it has become 5, Prabhu, so no problem. And then very, very soon, all those problems will be resolved. This is how it is. Maya continuously drives the victim towards more and more entanglement. Now you have 5 issues to resolve. So that's why this Atmapatha, Avyaktaha, it is difficult to know how do we progress on this. This is known, of course this is Atmapatha is mentioned in the Vedas, but it is actually not easy to know. Vedeshu Durlabham. The real path, what should I do next? That is not easy. So that is known only to a pure devotee. The real path of religion or the dharma is hidden inside his heart. Atma Bhakta. It becomes easier with an Atma Bhakta, Krishna Bhakta. So that's why, now what is this dharma? In Bhagavad Gita, it is very clearly mentioned the dharma is to surrender to Krishna. Surrendering to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. This is the dharma. Understanding that I am not this body, I am a spirit soul, theoretically is very easy. Any intelligent, sane man can understand with little bit of explanation. But to persistently be conscious that I am not this body, I am a spirit soul, and to trying to be on the platform of spirit soul in the service of Krishna, that is not easy. That Atmapatha is not known to us. In one class, one instance, I am not this body, understanding, okay, it looks nice, this is very nice philosophy, but to persistently to remain on that platform, that is not easy. So that has to be learnt from a spiritual master. A Sampradaya Guru, only he can reveal what is that we have to do in order to progress in this path of self-realization. And such spiritual master, he comes in a bona fide disciplic succession, parampara. So, why it is said that Sakalena Mahata Yoganasta, the system of Sankhya or the Bhagavad Gita is lost. But we are seeing that Bhagavad Gita is available. Those 700 slokas are there always. What is that it is lost? What is the meaning of Bhagavad Gita is lost? It's not the physical loss of some shlokas. I mean, that also can happen in this world, but it is not referring to that. It is when the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita is lost. When the real purpose of Bhagavad Gita or Sankhya philosophy is lost, then only it is called Yoganastaha. Then only it is called the parampara is broken. You may have physical personalities present already, but still the parampara can be broken because the disciplic conclusions are twisted, distorted. How purpose can be lost? If somebody twists the meaning, so important the meaning has. The word meaning is so important. If the meaning is lost, then it is understood differently. It is interpreted differently. And then the true conclusion is lost. So, parampara or disciplic succession means to ensure that this conclusion is passed down as it is. And that's what Prabhupada has done it. That's why he named his Bhagavad Gita as Bhagavad Gita as it is. The meaning has to be passed on as it is. If somebody twists the meaning of Bhagavad Gita and tries to remove the prominence of Krishna, then the Bhagavad Gita's purpose is lost. If somebody wants to take all the benefits from Bhagavad Gita, management benefits, mind control benefits, and some business ideas and this, and they all want to take all these benefits from Bhagavad Gita, but then if you do not if you do not focus on Krishna, then you lose the purpose of Bhagavad Gita. You don't get those fruits. Without Krishna, if somebody wants to derive benefit from Bhagavad Gita, he is misguided. Without Ramachandra, if somebody wants Rama Rajya, it is not possible. So, if somebody wants, many times, sometimes some people ask, Swamiji, I heard there are a lot of management techniques in Bhagavad Gita, so can you please explain? Then our first explanation is that you please chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, because unless he does this devotional service to Krishna, chanting is a devotional service to Krishna. Unless he does it, he will not be able to understand Bhagavad Gita, nor he can understand, he can get any benefit out of it. There are so many people, they wrote books on implementing Bhagavad Gita principles for personality development, management, and this and that. Apparently it has some benefits here and there, but then you will see in their books not even once a Krishna word is mentioned. So such godless speculations will hardly benefit anybody. On the other hand, somebody may not know all these big theories and management and this and that and all that, but he has mentioned in his article or in his paper many times Krishna, Chaitanya, like that. That article is much better. He may not have so many these complex theories apparently in his article or whatever, in his speech, but then if he is focusing on Krishna, he has got it right. We heard from Prabhupada about his guru, how he used to publish articles in their monthly magazine, Sajjan Toshani. Some disciple used to bring to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And then Acharya Maharaj, he just goes through the article to see how many times he has mentioned Krishna, Chaitanya, Gauranga, Nityananda. He counts all those and says, all right, go ahead, print. You are very successful. So many times you have mentioned Krishna in this. You understood the philosophy. We should know, it looks little contradictory. On one side you see somebody has very nicely technically, logic and reasoning. He has mentioned some wonderful, earth-shaking management principles. And here, not so nicely presented. His English is not good, and his capacity to present those principles is not very high. And but still, this article is promoted because innumerable times Krishna, 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 Krishna is mentioned. Hare Krishna. So, without Krishna, putting Krishna, if the devotees want to accumulate more and more skills, more and more management concepts and principles and this and that, it's all adding up to zero. You can accumulate many, many zeros, but then they'll all remain zero. A real devotee, he tries to keep Krishna first. And once Krishna is there, whatever little bit you can add next to it, it has bigger value. So that's why one should not be thinking that, okay, I am not so advanced in any of these things. I don't have working experience. I don't have professional background. I don't have corporate experience. Can I practice Krishna consciousness? Yes, why not? Whether you have, whether you don't have, these are not the calculations. Your devotion, your surrender to Krishna, that is Atmapatha. That is the essence of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita and Prabhupada. So you need not have to feel that, okay, I'm not so much expert in all these things. All the expertise you will get it. Your only goal should be how I can increase my surrender, how I can do more and more services. If somebody is fascinated by Krishna's service, he is blessed. He understood the Atmapatha. The path of self-realization becomes very easy for him. It opens up as soon as somebody becomes more and more inclined to do services. I was coming back from Bangalore. In the airport I saw, we all, that luggage, when you check in, and also your handbag, that security check. All the bags will be kept in a tray, and the tray goes through that scanning equipment, and then it comes out on the other side. And you have to collect your baggage and come off. I saw that man who is handling those trays. He is complaining and scolding everybody. You are supposed to keep the tray here, 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 like that. Hundreds of people are coming, and then he is standing and saying, you are supposed to keep it here, you are supposed to keep it here. I was thinking, instead of shouting like this, he just keep the tray here himself. That is his service actually. People, generally the conditioned soul doesn't want to work. There are certain category are there. They don't want to work. They want to aram. You are supposed to do, you are supposed to do, you are supposed to do, he is saying. Now who will care, all the people are coming first time. How do we know that, you have to keep the tray here or there? Who cares? The tendency is to just avoid work, blame others and this and that. But actually, Atmapatha is, he is interested in serving Krishna. No excuses. For him there are no excuses. And he doesn't want to blame anybody and anything. He blames himself. I am not able to do more service to Krishna. How can I do it? How can I improve myself? So these are the anxieties of a devotee. And as soon as he becomes like that, laulyam, he develops an anxiety to attend sadhana nicely, to chant his rounds nicely, and to do his services nicely. He is actually swiftly progressing in his Atmapatha, in his path of Krishna consciousness. A devotee is not waiting for somebody to come and push him, pressurize him, tell him and all that. Devotee is most proactive. Proactive means what? You should understand what is this proactive. In your own assigned services, always you are thinking, what can I do so that immediately I can do the next step. Proactive, you are towards action, always towards action. There is no need of any other, because you are attracted to devotional service. You are attracted to Krishna's pleasure, Guru's pleasure and Krishna's pleasure. So since you want them to be satisfied and happy, a devotee is continuously drawn to do more and more. I have seen some devotees, they even sometimes they neglect their health also. So many Vaishnavas at the expense of their health and everything. They sacrificed everything for Krishna. They don't even care. If something comes, some health issue on this, as a matter of routine, prescribed duty, he just handles it, that's all. He doesn't neglect it because he needs this body for service. Doesn't neglect, but at the same time it's not that he is bogged down only by that. Oh, I have this problem. Shastra is, dharma is to think about Krishna, manmana bhav mad bhakto, not about this body. Oh, but this is not good, this problem, that problem, this problem, that problem. So a shift is required in the consciousness, and you should realize on which subject I am focusing more and more. Don't get into mental speculation. Don't get into, I have some solution other than Krishna consciousness. No. If somebody thinks, no, I need something better than Krishna consciousness, is illusion. Actually, the solution to all problems is Krishna consciousness. As the devotee becomes more and more Krishna conscious, Krishna will organize. Whatever you are lacking, he promises that he will take care. He organizes. So that's why one has to be careful to continuously focus on the real dharma, that is to surrender to Krishna. And there will be a lot of challenges. It's a difficult path to understand, but in this age things are being simplified. Prabhupada has given us a very practical model. But on a day-to-day life, devotee should know that there will be forces to drag you down. Sakalena Mahatha. Over the period of time, the meaning, the nice understanding of Krishna consciousness will slowly dwindle off. See, what is lost is that right, correct meaning, that purpose is lost. Otherwise everything will be there, temple will be there, books are there, Bhagavad Gita is there, devotees are all nearby, everything is there. But you lost a certain understanding and meaning and the purpose, then it becomes glani, dharmasya glani. We become restless. So to progress in this path, we need blessings of the Vaishnavas, blessings of Guru, and finally one achieves the blessings of Krishna. Any questions? Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.